Hi there, this is Aditya Kharadkar and welcome to the Brainstorm Codings. In the last video, I told you about 6 different headings we have in HTML5, and we also created some paragraphs in our web page using the paragraph tag. So this is how we created 6 different headings, and these are the paragraphs we created using the paragraph tag, and this is how they appear on the web page. So in this video, I'm going to teach you about adding links to our web page. You might have seen web pages which contain links to another web page or to a different area on the same web page. So in HTML5, we can achieve this using an anchor tag. So an anchor tag in HTML5 is used to define the beginning and the end of the hypertext link. So when we add an anchor tag, we get a hypertext on the web page which contains a hyperlink. So by clicking on the hypertext, we can reach to the target link. So let's see how can we use this anchor tag uh, in our web page. So we don't need this code anymore. We can delete this. So an anchor tag is denoted as the A tag in HTML5, just like we denote the paragraph tag as P tag. So we create the opening and closing anchor tag, and the text we want to appear on the web page, we enter that here. So I'm entering this click here text within this opening and closing anchor tags. So this is how we add an anchor tag to the web page. So let's save this file, go to the browser, refresh this page, and we can see this text click here. This is called the hypertext. uh, but we don't see a link to click. So if we hover over this, we can't click this link, and this is not the link as well. So this happened because we didn't add a hyperlink to our anchor tag, and to add this link or to add this hyperlink, we use an attribute to do so. So this attribute is called as href, and href stands for hypertext reference, and we use this attribute within the opening anchor tag. Let's go to the notepad again. I'll show you how to add this href attribute. So this is the attribute we have, href, and this is the assignment operator we use to assign the value to this attribute. And always remember, whenever you are using an attribute, when you are adding an attribute to any tag in HTML, make sure you're adding the value, you're assigning the value within these quotes. Either you can use the double quotes or you can use the single quotes as well. But without using quotes, you can't assign the value to any attribute. So, so let's assume we have created a multi-page website, and we have this web page which has a path slash home. So we have added this slash home path as a hyperlink in this href attribute. Let's save this flag and let's see what happens when we add this hyperlink. Go to the browser and refresh the page. We can see that the link appears now, and we can click this link. When we click on this link, we are headed to this slash home path, which apparently does not exist. So you can see that the normal text we had, which was the click here, is now converted into blue, and it is underlined as well. So when we click on this link, you can see the slash home path in the address bar. This is the path we have mentioned. And since this page does not exist, so we can see a warning here saying your file couldn't be accessed. So this is how we add hyperlinks, and actually there are three states of a hypertext we see on the web page. if the link is unvisited, then the color of the hypertext appears blue, just like this. And the fact is that we have visited this link for once, and still it appears blue because the path we have mentioned does not exist. So if the path was real, then we could have seen a different color here. So if the uh, hyperlink is not visited, then the color of the hypertext appears to be blue. If we have visited the link, if the link is visited, then the color changes to purple, and if the link is active, then the color appears to be red. And we have some other attributes as well besides the href, and one of them is the name attribute we can add within the opening anchor tag. So the name attribute is used to enable users to jump to a specific point on the web page. Let's see if we have a page which have multiple subdivisions, or we have a larger web pages and a user needs to scroll to read all the data. So let's see, let's say if we have created an anchor tag at the end of the web page, and if the user clicks on that anchor tag, then it this anchor tag brings him to the top of the web page. So this is the use of the name tag, the name attribute, and we can add this name attribute the same way we added the href attribute. And the value is something we have given to the subdivision. If we had a subdivision here, and if we had a long scrollable web page, then we can add, if let's say if we have a subdivision and which has a name as top, which refers to top of the web page, and if user clicks on this link, then it will bring him to the top of the web page, so the user doesn't need to scroll for a long time. And we have another attribute as target. But before looking at the target, we can even have another feature to use besides the name attribute. It has the same characteristic as name attribute. Let's say if we have a scrollable web page, so let's make it a scrollable web page. Let's create some random h1 tags. Let's paste it for several times. Let's save this file, go to the browser, refresh the page, and you can see that the page, we can scroll this page now. And let's give this first h1 tag an id, and let's have a value as top. And here we can create uh, you know uh, besides giving this a value as a path, we can even give it a value as hash top. So whenever we are using an id, we use and if we are giving a link, we are giving a reference to that id, so we have to use hash sign and then the name of the id we have mentioned. So let's save this file and let's see what happens if user clicks on it. We have saved the file, refresh the page, scroll. Now if you click this, you can see that we haven't scrolled the web page, but still we get the first h1 tag. So we are headed to the top of the web page, but without using the name attribute. So this is the use of IDs we can make. And we have another attribute which is called as the target attribute. Let's see if we again have this same path. Save this file and click on this link. We can see that Did I save this file? I think I didn't save the file. Well, let me save this file. Let me just all right, refresh the page now, and you can see I'm again headed to the path slash home, and you can see that if you click on the link, then this slash home web page is replacing the previous web page. So if you don't want this to happen, if you want to open the web page on the new tab, then we can use the target attribute. I'll show you how to use that. So if we use this target attribute the same way we used href attribute, and it has a value which is underscore blank. So what this underscore blank does is it opens the web page, it opens this slash home path in the new tab. So we don't it doesn't replace the previous web page. Let's save this file and refresh the page. Click on the link, and you can see that this slash home path is now open on another tab. So this is the use of target attribute. So this is how we can add links to our web page, and we can make use of it with using uh, different attributes we have for the anchor tag. So I think that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.